Ok, ahí estamos. Estamos en vivo. Okay, welcome. This is the 5th edition of Conversations with Women in Tango. My name is Nadia. The idea of these conversations is that we have an opportunity to keep together as a part of a community, that it's a worldly community, while at the same time we learn and enjoy in a different way by listening rather than by doing. So I have had guests with different backgrounds and tango stories, and today we have the chance, so that way that we have the chance to enjoy and learn from different female perspectives. So today I have my 5th guest. She's originally from Montevideo, Uruguay, and she's currently based in Valencia, España. I really admire her as a dancer since I saw her for the first time in 2009, already like 11 years ago, in Buenos Aires, dancing and winning a championship with her partner. So I'm very happy to have the chance to have this conversation and finally introduce you to the amazing Stefania Colina. Hi, Stefania. Thank you for accepting this invitation and welcome.
Hi, how are you, Nadia? Thank you for inviting me.
I'm good. I'm happy to be here now. So how are you?
I'm fine here at my place, in my home, trying to enjoy now that we can go out and have some time in the beach, walk a little bit, and so I'm fine.
That's
working,
nice.
Start to work also, so
okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that also later. So nice. Let's start. So tell us, how was it that you started dancing tango?
Okay, so I was a ballet dancer,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and in my school they start teaching tango
Mm-hmm.
after long time. So I think when I was 16 years old, it was my first tango lesson. So I started there in a way to keep learning and different kind of dances. Like I start with tango, and I also did flamenco, like more about dancing. But I
Mm-hmm.
was a ballet dancer.
Mm.
But then I fell in love with tango and keep doing it.
So you stayed with tango. What was it about tango that captivated you?
In the beginning, I must say that I wanted to start because all my friends were doing it, and I wanted to spend more time with them.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that in the beginning I was not dancing, and my friends, yes, they were dancing, and they were going to the milonga and coming back, and during the lesson they were talking about it, and because I was not going out, and I was not participating from tango lessons. uh, I was curious about it, and I wanted to be there sharing that time with them. So in
Mm.
the beginning, it was more like social thing, not
Mm-hmm.
really about the dance, even though I liked it.
Mm.
And I like to dance, whatever. But in the beginning, it was more the social part of it.
Okay. Okay. And then what? And well, what made you stay? Like, what made you fall in love with tango?
Well, I think one of the things that made me fall in love with tango was the music, actually.
Okay.
Um, I find in tango lyrics and in tango music something that moves inside me,
Hmm.
that I really like it. And also I think the possibilities that tango has also to be creative. Yes,
Hmm.
I was a ballet dancer, and as people know, in ballet you usually follow some choreographies, and also it was the first time for me because it was a ballet academy, Escuela de
Mm-hmm.
Ballet Orlama, based in Montevideo, that it was just for female dancers.
Mm. Okay.
So when I start tango, I also start to dance with a partner, and
Mm.
to learn how to deal with it,
Mm.
how to allow my partner to move, and I need to follow him, and it was like a new world for me. So it was also interesting because of that.
Nice. Nice. And so who did you start dancing with? Like,
I
who was
started.
your first teacher?
Okay, my first teacher, very first teacher, like my first lesson, that it was when I was pretty young, and actually I was wearing ballet clothes, and it was not for me the lesson, it was for the growner, the group, the camera group.
Mm-hmm.
It was Verónica Cordero and Jose Artigas. They are now living in France. So that was my first, very first lesson. Then I start also with, when I start and continue dancing, I start with Raúl González and Guadalupe Artigas, who was the daughter of this other guy who I start with.
Okay.
So I start there in Montevideo with those teachers, very good teachers, which I have the best memories.
Nice. Nice. And before dancing tango, you said you had this really big background in ballet. How do you feel that that has helped you in your development as a tango dancer?
Actually, in the beginning, didn't help at all.
Yeah,
I would say that it was even, I think, more difficult for me to take out all my ballet technique and start with something new, something different.
Like the
Learning,
knees out.
as I said before, learning to follow the position of the legs. I was completely like this, and being standing straight like that, it was pretty difficult for me. Legs stretch like hell, like very stretched. I was very high. I don't know. It was in the beginning didn't help at all. Then with the time, I must say that of course it's helpful because you know your body, and even though ballet is very different, you already know how to work with your body and put the knowledge in your body pretty fast. So in that sense, I think it helped me.
Okay, nice. So, okay, you started dancing, well, like very young with this. When was it that you decided that you would work, that you wanted to make it for a living?
Okay, so I was living in Montevideo still, and while I was doing my ballet career and start dancing tango, I start also with engineer career. So I did 1 year of engineer career, which I didn't finish because Juan Martin told me, like, here I cannot anymore. I need to learn more. I need to go to Buenos Aires. I want to go there to see how is it, and if we can, I don't know, keep growing and maybe in the future start working with it, because I love it. I'm going. Are you coming with me or not? And I was like, oh my God, my parents will kill me. I'm here studying engineer, and I'm gonna tell my parents, okay, now bye. I'm going to Buenos Aires.
To dance.
It was like that. It was actually like that. He told me that, and I say, why not? So I stopped with the career and I moved to Buenos Aires with Juan.
Wow, brave decision.
Pretty brave. I was young.
Young and restless. You needed to.
Yes.
So okay, it was like that. So you went to Buenos Aires, and the idea there, like, how was your life when you went to Buenos Aires? What were you doing there?
Okay. In the beginning, it was fine because we before moving to Buenos Aires, we work hard in different stuff with Juan, and we earn some money in order to go there and have enough money to rent an apartment and be living there for a while. So in the beginning, I was just going to the milongas, trying to meet people, because we were pretty how to say it, shy. So it was difficult for us. We were going to the milonga and maybe sitting without talking with anyone, and so Well, in the beginning, yes, we were trying to take some lessons, but also we were saving money in order to stay longer, and
Yeah.
but it was okay. Then the difficult times came when we end up without without money, and we had to start working in
Yeah.
something, because until that moment we were not working. And of course with Tango we couldn't work at that point, because we were just starting, let's say, to meet new people over there.
Mm.
So we started working with different things. Juan, he was a hairdresser, and he was working in a salon. I started working in a toy store.
Mhm.
So in that way we could stay. And before that, before working as a hairstylist and the toy store, we were also selling empanadas on the street. Yes, there was one day that Juan told me, okay, we have 20 pesos. Or we call our parents to ask money. And he said, no, we will not do that. Or we start doing something. And with that 20 pesos, we went to Coto. We
Supermarket.
bought for making empanadas and went out to sell them.
Okay. How
And
how did
so
that go?
in the beginning, like the first day was awful.
Okay.
Because we almost didn't sell anything, just a little, and the people told us you need to come earlier.
Mm.
So next day we did the same thing, and we started to go out a bit earlier, and like that started a business that actually in the last moment, when there was a moment that we couldn't do it anymore, because we needed more people. The people that was asking, calling to my house like, hello, yes, this is the delivery. Oh my God, yes, tell me what you want. Today the menu is chicken, and yes, it was like that. But then
That's
that
great.
also consumed a lot of time for
Right.
us.
Yeah.
So we
You
were exhausted, like cooking the whole day, and in the night going to Milonga and La Viruta and whatever, and no time for lessons. That was not the reason why we wanted to go to Buenos Aires.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, but eventually you had a break. Well, I don't know if this is was your break, like, but I remember this Intercontinental Championship in which I saw you, and you won that day with Juan Martin, and from then you had a contract to go to Europe, and I think that from there on things started to change for you guys.
Yes, exactly. In that time when we won that championship, we were already working a little bit with Tango, so we were already living from Tango. Let's say we were not selling
Mm-hmm.
empanadas anymore in the
Mm-hmm.
street. But yes, I was dancing in La Boca sometimes, and we were both teaching in a tango shoe store. Um, so we were already working with Tango, and given the time that the Tango needs to grow. And we were in that championship, we won, and the prize was a tour in Europe, uh, that there were many countries to go, but in the end we just came to Valencia.
Mm-hmm.
This was the first place we came, Valencia and Rotterdam in the Netherlands.
Okay.
So there everything started.
Okay, and how long was it between you the time that you decided to that you arrived to Buenos Aires and the time where you know had this championship?
Let me think. It was 2008. 8, 9, 10. 2 years.
2 years.
And something. Yeah. 2 years.
Okay, so you went to Buenos Aires and you kind of like were super determined into doing put all of your energy there,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that's
I'm very grateful for my partner, to Juan
yeah,
Martin, because he is like that. He has something here and he goes to it. And sometimes I'm a little bit more like thinking too much,
yeah,
and okay, I follow him and it was good.
nice, yes. So let's talk a little bit about that. You have worked for a long time with this same partner, with Juan Martin, who is also your life partner.
Yes.
How is this? Is this challenging? Like, what are the challenges and how do you
Oh,
approach them?
yeah, it's challenging. It's really challenging. But you learn a lot. You learn a lot, and if you know how to separate work from the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
you can do it. It's possible. And actually, I cannot say that it's I cannot say it's really difficult. It's not really difficult. We learn from each other every day, and because both of us we are open to change, to adapt. I think we are doing it okay. We are doing
Mm-hmm.
it good. I know it's difficult in the sense that I think the first thing is to separate work from home. Very different things. And this is the most difficult. If you end up a rehearsal with a bad face with each other, and then you need to go home and keep watching each other and with the same person, this is difficult. But I think you need to be a bit more cold when you are working in a way, no, in order not to mix up with emotions from the relationship, and to always put in the balance what is the most important. Is the couple, the work couple, most important than the relationship, or
Yeah.
could be that the work couple is more important? But in my case, in our case, no.
Mm.
In our case, the relationship is always more important. So whatever happens in the work world, we solve it. We try to solve it in the work world, and we don't mix it up with this, because this is what we have and what is really important for us.
Mm. That's really nice. That's really a good way, I think, to think about it. Very healthy, certainly.
Yes. Yes.
So, working in Tango involves a lot of traveling, and you have been a mother now for 5 years?
Almost 5. Yes.
Yes. How has that changed the way you and your partner organize the work? Like,
Wow. That was also a big change for us,
mm,
because in the beginning, okay, but we both had a lot of time. We understood, okay, this is what you do, this is what I do, and we work like this. And then this little person appears and changes everything, because the things that I had to do, sometimes I couldn't do it because I was with her, or I wanted to do something. I wanted to come back to my work, and had to ask Juan to do sort of things that I was doing. So everything needs to be arranged again, let's say.
mm,
Even the relationship, we were separating, no, the tango work relationship, the
mhm,
couple work relationship, and our relationship.
mm,
Um, even our relationship changes when you have
mm.
a child. There's new rules, there's new things to learn from each other.
Yeah.
How you need, um, okay, I want her to do this, and no, why she should do that, no. So it's a big change, and it's learning, it's life.
Okay. Um, Working in Tango involves both dancing and teaching. What do you like of each, and which one do you like more if you feel like you would have to choose?
Okay, if I had to choose, I couldn't, I think, because
Mm,
I'm a dancer since I'm very little. So I love to perform, to dance in a show. And I love teaching in the way that I like to see the progress in my students. I like to contact with my students. I like to meet people. Whatever I know, I always want to share it with the people.
mhm,
So I couldn't decide which one I prefer. I want both, and I want to keep doing both at the same time. And the good things that the teaching gives me is this, no, the getting to know the people,
mm.
um, help them.
Yeah.
I like it. I like to see the progress, as dancers, as persons, as professionals.
Mm,
We teach many couples who are now very, very, very strong. They are working a lot, so this makes us really, really happy. So I think this is beautiful, and it's something that pulls your soul. And in the dancing is almost the same. I don't know. I like to dance in order to make the people feel something, no? So, and that's the moment also that I have to express myself. So I think it's a unique moment, and that's why I love it.
Great. So for the people who are watching this, you can also ask questions. So and there is actually, now I'm looking, and there is actually one question here for you, but I think you may have already answered it. So Maria is asking whether, like, how exactly are you able to separate for work from relationship? How exactly? Like,
how exactly?
tell me how to do it.
Exactly, I don't know. This is a question that many people ask us. I think maybe it's because we are for a long time already together and still working and in couples. So how exactly I do it, I don't know. I try, as I say, I try to learn every day. Every time we learn from each other, we get to know each other. I know the things that he doesn't like, and as a rule, because I know he doesn't like it and he cannot stand it, I don't do it. And in the other way around, same thing. So I know he doesn't like me to scream him. I don't. You know, these things that sounds a bit silly, no? It's obvious that it should be like this, but sometimes the emotions win, no?
Yeah.
And you don't notice, and you do it. So like this example with everything, we try to have deals to separate the work. I do this, you do that. I'm usually with the social media. He's not too much. Whenever he opens an email, and I don't want him to open that email, because then appears to me like already read, you know.
Yeah.
I tell him, don't open it, so then he understands. But like that, all
Yeah.
the time, learning from everything.
Yeah. You communicate to each other what you don't like, and the other is willing to adapt.
Exactly, talking a lot.
That's good. Thanks for that. I think I'm gonna try to apply it.
This doesn't mean that we don't have problems or we don't fight. Of course we
yeah.
fight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you deal with it. You can
Yeah,
learn from
in
it.
a way.
Yeah. No, but I understand. Okay, nice. So again, like, if anyone is watching and you guys want to ask Stefania something, go ahead, and we'll tell her, and if she wants, she will respond. She doesn't want, she
Be careful what you asked.
so let's talk a little bit about performing. You said that you love to perform because you have this ballet, background and everything. How do you prepare for a performance, and what is it that you want to show in a performance?
Okay. So how we prepare the performances, it depends a lot. It depends a lot. Sometimes when we have a lot of time, we decide, okay, we'll prepare this performance with enough time. So we will start now. And then you have the whole time in the world, and ideas are not coming, and you don't know what to do. So this happens, and sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes you don't have time, but you want to settle. Maybe we will dance this tango, and then we have 15 minutes, and we don't create a choreography, of course, but we talk, and we decide what we want to show in those tangos we will perform. So I think the previous moment for the performance, how we prepare it, it depends. It's every time different. Sometimes we do a choreography, but we do 1, 2, 3 choreographies per year. Also, it's not that we do too much, because most of the times we improvise, and we like to do both, of course. But in the improvisation, the feelings and how you are in that day, it has a lot to do with what you will show later. So sometimes preparing too much, something that then later will be improvised, it's a bit difficult. Yes, you can talk about how you want to follow the music in this piece, on that part, but programming too much when you are improvising is also not good, I think. So as I said before, it depends a lot.
Yeah, and right before the performance, do you have any, like, I don't know, some dancers don't do anything. They just drink and are like talking normal with everyone. Some people kind of remove and go to another place to like concentrate, or I don't know. Do you have some sort of ritual before you dance?
I like to remove.
Yeah.
I remove, sometimes not from the place, but here. Here, it's like, I don't listen, I don't watch, I'm with me, I'm inside, you know? Yes,
Okay.
I remove, physically or not.
So right there, you kind of like go to yourself, to your own little space.
Yeah, and this is also something like Juan and me, we work different. He likes to move, he likes to, you know? And I'm like, and he's like, why you don't move? Move, warm up. And I'm like, no, let me be here, you know? So yeah.
Yeah, nice. All right. So there was a question there in the Facebook. How do you find out the way to become a professional dancer in Argentine? Did you go to professional dance school or become a regular student of a local tango master?
Okay, this is a good question. Actually, as I said in the beginning, we were very shy with Juan. So we were going to the milonga, sitting, watching, and dancing a little bit, and expecting that someone will come and ask us for performing their milongas or to work on their tango schools. And then some very good friends, advise us to start to talk with the people, dance less and talk more in the milonga, you know, to get to know a lot of people, to make the people understand you are there because you want to work, because they see you dancing and maybe they say, okay, they are dancing here, they are tourists and they are enjoying themselves. But the people doesn't know why you are there. So actually the way it was that, talking a lot with the people, making a lot of socials, and like that, for example, someone that we met cannot perform that day in that milonga. Hey guys, can you? Yes, of course. And we were going, you know, and I think this is the way.
Yeah, so a lot of networking.
Yes, exactly. A lot of networking, which is a bit difficult for us. Like selling yourself, you know, is something that it's I don't know too much about it, but you have to learn it and you have to do it. It's like that.
Yeah, that's nice. So it's like the answer was actually neither of these two options that she gave. It was more about the networking. What other tango couples do you like working with? There is a question here from Chris Tran.
What other
Tango
again?
couples
Sorry.
do you like working with?
What she means?
I
I don't know.
don't know. Like, let's say, I mean, I'm gonna interpret here, Chris, if you wanna jump in and explain a little bit what you meant. But for instance, it could be that when you're in a festival, maybe you have like other couples that you get along with, or maybe, I don't know, for instance, I remember in this Wooch festival, you also have to work together because you have these choreographies. So
Yes. Yes, I like to work with any couple. I like to work with all of them. I think in which we did a nice team.
Mm-hmm.
We were all enjoying while working, and it was very nice to share the table with them and having chats. We became friends with some of them, so I think that was a very nice team. But I think in most of the festivals I have been, and most of the couples I have been working with, you always have something nice. So yeah.
Nice. So, what do you, let's talk a little bit, let's go back to the teaching part.
Yes.
So, what do you consider important when teaching? What do you want to teach? And like in general, how do you see your role as a teacher?
Okay. What I want to teach is what the student needs. So I believe every student, every person who comes to our lessons needs something different. So the first thing as a teacher I need to do is to figure out what is this person needs. So I try to start from there. So that's why I like to get to know also my students. So I think this is the very first thing I think in the moment of teaching someone new. And then with the time, when you have a student for a long time, it goes changing every time, because what they need is something different every time. While they are growing, they have different needs. Sometimes we have students for a long time and we say something in the beginning and they have it here, very, very fresh in their minds. And then, I don't know, 5 years later, we go and say, okay, forget about it. Now do this. But it's because in that moment, that person needs that. So
Yeah. Yeah, but it's really what you're saying. I think it's really nice that you have had the chance to have students that have followed you and continue to take lessons for a long time. I think that for a lot of people, it happens that you take a lesson with one person for some time and you go on and then you leave them. And then there comes another person who tells you don't do what the others say. And you sometimes are left thinking that what the other said was wrong. And then sometimes it's a matter of timing. And it's really nice that you can have that like as a teacher.
Exactly. Yes, it's a matter of timing, and in the beginning when you start dancing tango, and for a while, for some years, I think changing too much the teacher from one to the other, I don't think it's the best idea. Yes, of course, when you already have sort of level and you understand your body and you understand that there's many different ways of approaching the same thing in tango, then you are ready to take lessons with many different teachers, and you will take what is useful for you. You will learn another point of view, but I don't think it's a good thing for the beginning.
Okay. So there is a question here by Elise. I'm gonna go with Rulan in the pronunciation of your.
Yes, Elise. Hi,
She
Elise.
says, yes. So she says, I see Stefania and Juan Martin's dance as very balanced in terms of who do you see in the dance. Sometimes her, sometimes him, sometimes the couple. Could you ask if they worked on this particular aspect and how? And more generally, how Stefania is seeing the feminine follower role. We're going to talk about that later. So let's go with the first question is if you have worked in this aspect in particular of the balanced couple.
Yes. One of our pillars, actually, when we are thinking in our tango, is actually that, no? To have balance in the couple, to to split the tango in different moments. Couple moments, a moment for me, a moment for him, and it's actually talked. It's decided like that.
Okay, nice. So it's kind of like part of the design or that you have in the dance, like.
Yes, exactly,
Nice.
exactly. Most of the times, of course, the couple moments are much present. No, they are there for longer time because it's tango and we are dancing together. And then there is one moment that he will shine, you know, and I know that moment is for him to shine. So,
Mhm.
and I know because not because he tells me I'm gonna now, you know. Uh, it's because we feel it. I feel the moment where he is very passionate with the music in that moment, and I allow him. I release the energy. I try to accompany him in the best way I can. Uh, so it's his time, you know,
Hmm.
and then we recover and keep dancing. But yes, it's something we train.
Nice. Very nice. Very interesting questions. So let's talk about how this current situation has influenced your work. So how are you facing the current situation? Are you teaching online? Tell us, what are you doing now?
Well, yes, this situation, as for everyone, it was difficult for us. All our work was canceled for the whole year, I would say, slowly, no,
Mm.
but most of it is canceled. And in the beginning, we were like waiting for how long this situation will be, and also we were not very. We didn't know how to online lessons could work for us, as because what I said before, you know, and we like the contact with the people. We like to, I don't know, tell jokes and talk, and the lessons through online lessons sometimes it's a little bit more difficult, you know. So that's why in the beginning we were like a little bit against of starting it. But actually, then later, 2 months later, after the quarantine starts, we start with the lessons. We wanted to start doing something. We wanted to see our students, and
Mm.
I think this was the way how we start teaching online, because we wanted to see them and we wanted to talk with them
Mm.
and do something together. And finally, actually, now that we are teaching online lessons, I think we found out a little bit the good part of it,
Mm.
you know, because watching through a screen, a student could be cold in a way. So there's sort of things that is very difficult to correct. But there are others, like more technical stuff, that are actually a little bit easier.
Mm.
Yes, because it's cold, so you see the access of the person, like me now sitting here with the light coming from behind. I stand like this, and you know, okay, my head is forward, so it's a little bit easier in that sense to
Mm.
correct. So we are trying to take the glass full
Yeah, trying to see the
and working with
positive
it.
side.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
see if I can share here your here. This is Juan Martin and Stefania's not Facebook, website, and you can see the online lessons here
Yes,
for couples, for follower technique, leader technique, and private lessons.
yes. First
So,
of all, thank you to 030 Tango, who was the builder of this.
oh really?
So, yes, so thank you so much for helping with this. That's why, you see, 030.
Yeah, it's
So
there.
there's a lot of interviews that he did also. So it's a very nice website. Yes, we are doing on Tuesdays. We are doing the
Uh-huh.
technique day. Let's say technique for followers
Uh-huh.
at 7 from Valencia, 7 p.m., and technique for leaders at 8:15 p.m. from Valencia time.
Mm-hmm.
And on Thursday we are doing tango for couples. That is at 8 o'clock. So, and now we are actually starting with the bookings for June. So if you miss May, we are starting the bookings for June. You can write us to Juan Martin y Estefania @ at Gmail, perdón, sorry, Juan Martín y Estefania online at gmail.com.
Yes.
It's on the website anyway. If you write in the contact, it arrives. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Great. So actually, Dani is taking these technique lessons with Juan Martinez. He's very happy.
Yeah. I listen to Juan. I'm with Victoria, and I listen. Good, Dani Finlandia.
Dani Finlandia, yeah.
Dani London and Dani Finlandia.
That's really funny. So another topic that I've been interested in asking with people who come here, it's about, you know, when you work with tango, you have the chance to observe different cities, different people, and I always wonder, like, how is it when you like to develop this ability to adapt to the different crowds? Like, you arrive to a new place, you know nothing, and then people are behaving in a different way. I don't know, like, how do you see this? Are there big differences between one city and the other, or one country and the other, and in terms of learning, but also in terms of how they see tango, how they live tango?
Yes, so we are very grateful because with tango we could travel around the world and go to many different countries, and actually yes, it's very different in every country. There are, I think, groups of countries. I could say that in the south of Europe it's in one way. In North Europe it's different. If you go to Asia it's different. If you go to Russia it's another word. And yes, they see and live tango differently, and because they have different cultures, of course. So it's, I don't know, it needs to be a balance, you know? It's like we cannot go there and impose our culture to the people. Yes, they need to understand it and they need to learn it in a way because it's very connected to the dance, to the tango dance. But as teachers, you need to understand also them. You need to understand their culture and adapt to it and try to teach from what you have, from the student you have and the teacher you are. No, this, as I say, needs to be like balanced.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's a relationship. You have
exactly
two components. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and what about the difference between Montevideo and Buenos Aires? So you started dancing in Montevideo. It's really close. So it's kind of like, what, a couple of hours away by plane, no? 1 hour actually away in airplane, or maybe even less.
Less than 1 hour.
It's really close. Yes. I remember I once flew from, yeah, sorry.
No. It's really close. It's really close. Now you can travel 2 hours by boat, and you go from Buenos Aires to Montevideo, straight to Montevideo.
Okay.
So it's really close and easy to move from Montevideo to Buenos Aires. And the question was the difference.
If there is a lot of difference between the dancing culture in Montevideo and in Buenos Aires.
No, there is not big differences. There are some, but it's not different. We are the same. We are like only the rivers separate us, and we are the same. Yes.
Rio Platense.
Maybe different in the sense that Buenos Aires has much more people, so the life there it's a little bit more accelerated in a way. I remember when I moved there, I was like, oh, like the city was running over me, you know. I felt I was so slow, and actually I keep feeling that. but no, there are not big differences. I don't know. Maybe the Argentinian it's a little bit more, how to say, because of the city is big and there is so much people, they go for it, you know, and they are with like in their energy and how they talk, you can feel it. Same as, for example, Italy, how they are in Italy. No, it's very similar. And in Uruguay, we are not like that. We are more slow and taking it easy, and so I think a combination of both the countries could be the best thing. Because yes, in Uruguay sometimes you want to do things and you see the people, okay, yes, maybe mañana, maybe tomorrow, you know.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I understand. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the role of women in tango. So there was a question there. We can let's start. Yeah, let's start with that question. I think it was how do you see the feminine follower role in tango?
How do I see it? I think nowadays, because that question was also connected with the balance in the couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think nowadays the role of the women in tango it's let's say it's at the same level that the men role in the tango. I don't see professionally. I'm talking,
Mm-hmm.
no, or in the dancing. I don't see there is a difference nowadays, which is good. um, maybe in the milongas, yes, sometimes you could see a little difference because of all this thing of the tango codes, that okay, the man needs to invite the ladies and the ladies cannot. And for me there are some tango codes that are good, that are good to follow, let's say, and there are some others that we are already in a different moment, in different time, and I'm not completely against of followers inviting leaders, for example. Using the cabeceo is a good way.
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
way in order to respect the other one and don't go into the space of the peoples, but I don't know, ladies inviting leaders, why not?
Why
What?
not? Yeah, absolutely. With cabeceo,
Exactly.
but yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I saw an interview of La Pepa in about this festival organized by Sabrina Vélez, and there
Mm-hmm.
was Milena Plev saying like, I am advocating, I'm doing a campaign for the female cabeceo.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, I think it's also nowadays for the men, it's also like more releasing in a
Yeah,
way,
exactly.
you
Otherwise,
know?
there's a lot of pressure that they have to
Yes,
invite, and yeah, it's
yes,
true.
exactly.
And then how do you see the role of women in tango today, but more generally, not just within the dance, but I'm thinking, for instance, as a person who works in tango, I suppose
Mm-hmm.
that these things have changed, or I don't know, like, how do you see that there is something special about being a woman who works in tango?
Yes, I think I think now we can talk again about the difference in the culture and in the countries.
Mm-hmm.
I think depends where we go, depends the country. Um, like professionally as a woman who's working together with the men, um, in some countries you feel like they treat you equally, and
Mm-hmm.
in some other countries you can see the difference. You can see that, okay, my relationship is with the with the man and her partner, or something like that, you know. It's like and then in general, but not talking about tango, I think slowly everything is it's changing, and the woman in the world is becoming much stronger. And I do believe that in one moment the balance will make like women men. The balance will will do that, and maybe in some moment will come back again. You know, it's I think it's changing in a
Hmm.
good way.
Interesting. Yeah. Um, okay. So have you ever felt, well, but you have always worked with a partner, so that's kind of like I think it in a way it shelters you from feeling, this like a little bit disadvantage more strongly than if you were working by yourself, I mean.
Yes, I never had I don't know what the question was, but
It was more of a comment, I think.
okay. No, I never had the problem of being like, okay, I don't have a partner, I need a partner, I need to find someone to dance with, and no, because from the beginning I started with Juan Martin. But then, yes, in the milonga, sometimes I don't want to dance with Juan Martin, and I'm there like, and I'm not very good with the cabeceo. I'm pretty shy, and so sometimes it gets difficult to get dances in the milonga for me. I'm a little bit also like always like watching but not watching, or I don't know. It's pretty weird.
And as a teacher, do you think that also like maybe makes it a little bit more difficult, or like what is the effect that you see in that, like when you go as a teacher or as a professional dancer to a milonga? Do you think that certain people like really wants to dance because of you, because of that, or some people actually don't dare to ask, or is that a factor when you go to a milonga?
Yes, there is a factor there. I think sometimes what happens is that lately I was going to the milonga most of the times because I was in a festival or I was in a weekend in some place and I was working and I was teaching the whole day and then going to the milonga and sitting there. And most of the people, I think they don't know if I'm tired, if I want to keep dancing. I was working the whole day, so I think they get a little bit scared because of that. And I must say, sometimes yes, sometimes I'm sitting there, I'm tired, and I really don't want to dance, but sometimes not. But yes, being a teacher and known in a way makes it a little bit more difficult, I think, for them to take me to dance.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Don't.
Don't.
I'm a normal person.
Good. Okay. So now we're reaching towards the end of the interview, and but I still have some more questions. So it's like a small questionnaire that I have. I took it from this show that I used to watch that was called Inside the Actor Studio, and I adapted it. And I have to admit that I really like this La Pepa interviews, and she does that, so I do it as well. Yes. So and we start. What is your favorite word?
Word, palabra. Love.
Love. What is your least favorite word?
Hate.
What sound or noise do you love?
Sound or noise do I love? Music.
What sound or noise do you hate?
How you say agudos? Agudos,
like high-pitched sounds.
Yes, this destroys my ears.
Yeah.
I cannot stand it.
What is your favorite curse word?
What is a curse word?
Como un insulto.
Ah, I say, I don't know. I don't do that too much, actually. I say la puta madre sometimes.
When Sofia Saborido was answering that question, she came out with a huge curse word. I was so like, what?
I don't curse that too much. But sometimes, yes, I'm like, la puta madre.
Okay. Name a tango that you love.
A tango that I love. Discos de Carlo Gardel.
Okay. A tango that you don't like.
Verde Mar,
Verde Mar. Why don't you like Verde Mar?
because the lyric it's like it's too much. I used to love it until I listened the lyrics.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite sad story. So, an orchestra that you love.
I love Tanturi Campos.
Nice. An orchestra that you don't particularly like.
Sorry, I didn't get that question. It was
An orchestra that you don't particularly like.
an orchestra that I don't. Viaggi.
Yeah. Same here. A female dancer that you like, and it doesn't have to be one if you think of more than one.
I like a lot. I like Geraldine Rojas.
Mhm.
I like her a lot. I like Vanina Vilaus. I like a lot. Yes, there are a lot. I could name all my friends, all my.
A dance couple that inspires you.
I think that goes changing every time. It's not just one couple. Like it's like for time to time that changes. I remember in the beginning, as I said, I like Geraldine, and I was watching Geraldine and Javier as most of our age tango dancers were doing. I cannot answer that now. Like I like to see all of the couples and get the best from them. And there is not just one couple that I can say that inspires me. Everyone inspires me. Even also not known couples, you know, like.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Actually, now I'm because of staying in quarantine and because we are working with the online tango lessons, and we are much more on the much more on the computer. I like designer
Like graphic.
what to say yes, graphic designer and video editing and all these things. I start to love it. I always did, but now I start again. Let's say in my teenager time I was doing that, and now I start again, and I like it. I like to edit the videos, and it's something that I will like to learn more.
All right. What profession would you not like to do?
I don't think there is a profession that I will not like to do. If there's a moment I need to do something, I will do whatever in order to survive, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think there is. I don't know.
You're not gonna be picky.
No, I'm not gonna be picky. And actually now I'm thinking, and I don't know which profession I will never do, or I don't like, or no idea.
What advice would you give? This is the final one. What advice would you give to somebody who is only starting to dance tango?
My advice could be, for example, to take it slow, to be patient, because you never stop learning tango. There's not a degree that you can say, okay, I'm done. I did this, and now I'm a tango dancer or teacher or whatever. And okay, so patience is something important. And I don't know, to enjoy every moment, to enjoy the time they are. Like if you're a beginner, okay, I'm a beginner and I'm here, and because I see sometimes my students trying to rush, you know, like I want to be there, I want, and it's not possible. Tango needs time.
That's great. That's a great advice. So thank you very much. It has been super interesting and time flew.
Yes.
I have learned a lot from you.
Oh, thank you.
And I
So
also,
nice, so nice to see you and to talk to you.
yeah, it was nice. I had a lot of fun. So thank you, Stefania, for accepting this invitation. Thank you, everyone who was there watching. Next week, I'm gonna be talking with Ines Musopapa. So dial in at 6 Eastern European time, 5 Berlin, Madrid, and Paris, and 4 London. Okay, so thank you very much.
12 in Argentina.
12 in Argentina. Okay, nice.
Yes.
Good. Okay, so thank you and goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you.